Prime Minister Dr. Edward Ngirente has reiterated Rwanda's commitment to improving the livelihoods of refugees and forcibly displaced people in Rwanda. The Premier stated this while officially opening the 36 Million Solutions Africa Private Sector Forum on forced displacement at the Kigali Convention Center this Wednesday. This inaugural forum is uniting Africa's business and industry leaders with philanthropists, refugee change makers and the public sector to design market-based approaches to leverage the potential and power of the 36 million solutions who are forcibly displaced across the African continent. Sarah Chan is the Toronto Raptors Africa Scouting Manager. She speaks of her experience as a refugee whose family relocated from South Sudan. She believes that having such conversations is the starting point of creating solutions for the continent's challenge of refugees and displaced people.
Every refugee's life is bound to have some issues. Whenever war breaks out, it is merciless. I hope for every child and youth on the continent to get opportunities, to be able to access quality education, because with that you are empowering the person to be self-reliant, to be sustainable in this life, and it gives them dignity.
36 Million Solutions, the theme for this forum, seeks to ensure that every person forced to flee their home because of violence, persecution or conflict in Africa has the support, resources and tools to rebuild their lives through convening, among other institutions, the private sector to forge a way forward for this challenge.
Private sector has a lot of opportunity to engage in communities of forced displacement. These are refugee hosting communities as well as areas of internally displaced persons. And the way that I see it, these communities are just like any other. They have consumers, they have employees, there are entrepreneurs. When we engage these communities that just by chance are people of forced displacement, we actually can see tremendous solutions within these communities themselves. And when we engage the private sector, we can find durable, sustainable solutions for some of our continent's most challenging needs.
We believe private sector investment and host communities can be a game changer. The potential of private actors in terms of financial and in-kind support, the provision of technical expertise, partnerships to enable enhanced connectivity, clean energy, and expanded employment opportunities for refugees and host communities, including through advocacy and investment. The potential is enormous, even limitless. In partnership with the private sector, we can shift towards market-based approaches to increase the economic productivity of refugees and their hosts, building resilience and self-reliance.
Rwanda is home to over 127,000 refugees, 10% of whom live in the urban setting, while 90% are settled in 5 different refugee camps across the country. While officially opening this forum this Wednesday, the Prime Minister, Dr. Edward Ngirente, reiterated Rwanda's commitment to the well-being of refugees and forcibly displaced people in Rwanda.
Rwanda will therefore continue to play its role by ensuring refugee protection, security, and socio-economic inclusion. For example, all refugees aged 16 years and above, like any other Rwandan, have been issued with ID card to enable them get access to various services. In Rwanda's education policy, access to quality education for all Rwandans and Rwandan residents is our priority. Today, there are 55,000 refugee students enrolled in various education levels, from early childhood to primary through secondary schools. We have also more than 500 refugees in different universities under several scholarship programs. Regarding the access to health care, in collaboration with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, all camp-based refugees receive healthcare services at no cost. Those settled in urban areas are enrolled in the National Community-Based Health Insurance Scheme, known as Mutuelle de Santé.
Africa currently hosts the highest number of people forced to flee in the world, nearly 36 million people, out of the more than 84 million people forced to flee due to conflict, violence, persecution and climate change.